Good evening. Hope the month of May has been kind to you and brought you nothing but blessings. Thank you for tuning in to KUTV Weekend Live on this 3rd of May 2025. And as usual, our reporters have been busy gathering and packaging news stories to get you informed. And Weekend Live starts right now.
This is Weekend Live with Ochieng, Cynthia.
And this broadcast is live across all our social media platforms. On YouTube, it's KUTV News Kenya. On X, it's KUTV_Kenya. Brian Peru is our sign language interpreter. My name is Ochieng, Cynthia. Welcome. And in Mombasa, civil society groups stormed the county assembly protesting a lack of transparency in the budgeting process. The activists led by Muhuri and Hakietu say the youth have been sidelined in public finance management and accuse the county executive of violating constitutional requirements.
Gavana Mombasa alituambia katika CIDP ya miaka mitano kwamba sisi kama vijana wa Mombasa watatujengea 6 resource center ndani ya Mombasa. Mpaka sasa hivi tuko na 0. Ma MCA wanafanya nini?
In a demonstration outside the Mombasa County Assembly, civil society groups led by Muslims for Human Rights, Muhuri and Hakietu Foundation demanded full disclosure of the county's budget estimates. They accused the county leadership of sidelining the public, particularly the youth, from the budgeting process.
Leo hii tunauliza wana overset governor nini? Public participation hazifanywi, assembly haifanyiki. Sisi kama vijana wa Mombasa tunasema kwamba tutaifunga county assembly kama wameshindwa na kufanya kazi yao.
Francis Auma, Muhuri's Rapid Response Officer, stated that the county's failure to engage citizens in critical financial decisions violates Article 10(2)(a) of the Constitution, which mandates public participation in governance.
Governor wetu wa Mombasa ni kama hajalan na yale maandamano ambayo vijana walifanya mwaka jana tarehe 25 mwezi wa 6. Angekuwa amelan kwa yale maandamano, hangefanya hili swala la budget estimate kuwa siri. Ni kama amelifanya kuwa jambo la siri. Haiwezekani kwamba anatuma tuka link kwa social media and then expect watu wapate hiyo advertisement. Kaunti zingine kama Kilifi ama Kwale walitangaza paka kwenye magazeti kuhusu budget estimate.
The groups argued that without prior public participation and input, the budgets lack legitimacy and fail to serve the interests of the ordinary Mombasa citizen. Protesters said that the youth have especially been excluded from conversations that directly affect their future.
Mji huu ni mji mbovu kabisa. Angalia hakuna maji. Mji ni second city Kenya, haina hata traffic light. Angalia sewage system vile mbovu. Wananchi hawahusishwi kwa masuala na ushuru huko juu wali ya juu. Na watu wanalipa ushuru, social corporates pia ziko hapa, hatuoni yote kiendelea, lakini yote is because of bad governance.
Sisi kama vijana kwa muda mrefu tumelaumiwa ya kwamba hatujihusishi katika processes za budgeting. Na mwaka huu tuko makini na tunafuatilia masala ya fedha kuanzia budgeting mpaka approval ili kuhakikisha ya kwamba processes zote zinafuatiliwa.
The protests, though peaceful, prompted increased security presence at the assembly. Organizers vowed to return if their concerns are not addressed. The groups say they will not back down until transparency and inclusion become standard in county governance.
Forward with Mombasa youth, forward! Forward! Down, down with impunity, down! Down!
Yvonne Kiamuma, KUTV.
Away from that, the Orange Democratic Movement's Bondo branch has denied claims of electoral violence during the party's recent grassroots elections. Led by Vice Chair George Ochieng Maweri, party officials insist the ward-level polls were peaceful and accuse former branch secretary and sitting MCA Francis Otiato of spreading misinformation online. Maweri clarified that while minor skirmishes were reported outside the venue hours before voting began, they had no bearing on the election process itself. The newly elected branch secretary, Clement Success Majoni, has warned Otiato against interfering with party matters and threatened disciplinary action if he continues.
On pen to paper, that we only have one secretary in the name of Clement Majoni Success, who was elected on 9th April last month. The meeting was peaceful from the beginning. I also have to acknowledge that there were some issues that I have to admit as a leader, that there was some fracas before the elections. But this fracas was only between the youth themselves. I was informed by the police because I wasn't around. We were having some meetings with the chair, Dr. Boo, the senator for Sia, in some certain hotel, together with this chairman around there. Yes. Because by that time it was the chairman who had already been elected, as we were only seeking mandate to be re-elected that particular day. But the ward election were held on 7th. Which means the substantive office from the wards were already there.
Senate Committee on Land visited a disputed area of land occupied by Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, KALRO, in Kisii following filing of a petition by the aggrieved residents. The committee, led by Vice Chairperson and nominated Senator Karen Nyamu, expressed shock over the plight of the petitioners and pledged to break the deadlock. Nyamu cited the National Land Commission as one of the crucial government departments to assist unearthing the intrigues surrounding the acquisition of the piece of land. Philip Achiki, who led the villagers, described how they lived in filthy conditions along the riverbed after the KALRO forced them off their land at a spot known as Kok. They claim that the KALRO moved to the contentious site in Kisii County, abandoning its original 88-acre property at Sotik in Bomet County.
Tumekuwa na shida ya stima kama miezi 5 inaisha, lakini sasa tunashukuru stima. Without stima kulikuwa kuna shida.
Community who have been occupying this land through generations, and this land is currently occupied by KALRO, that is an agent under the Ministry of Agriculture. So there are issues. We have listened to both parties. We are inviting the agency that is the custodian of land in the country, the National Land Commission, to shed more light and guide us to make a proper decision.
We came here following a petition filed before the Senate of inhabitants around here whose land, ancestral land, was taken by KALRO, and they have not been compensated. We have listened to them, and one thing maybe that I may just want to add is that during the presentation by KALRO, they told us that this particular center was moved from Sotik, and I asked them whether the Sotik center still exists, and they say it does not exist. So I think then what we should be calling the government to do is to see to it that the land in Sotik is allocated to the inhabitants. Yes.
Shifting gears to some education story now, Kilifi County education stakeholders have come out strongly in defense of the National Government Constituency Development Fund (NGCDF) and county bursary programs, opposing any move to abolish them. This united front comes ahead of public participation on the NGCDF Amendment Bill 2025 scheduled for next week by the National Assembly.
During the disbursement of bursary check worth 41.5 million, local leaders and residents voiced concern over the potential impact of scrapping the NGCDF, noting that the move will significantly hinder access to education, especially for students from underprivileged backgrounds. Malindi MP Amina Munyazi underscored the fund's vital role in supporting parents who are unable to afford school fees. Munyazi also highlighted that eliminating the fund will erase a critical financial support system.
Kwa sababu leo hii CDF ikiondolewa, na nataka hata nyinyi watu wa vyombo vya habari, leo hii hapa angalia umati wote huu hapa. Shule hii moja watoto 1815 wanakwenda kupatiwa ufadhili wa NGCDF. Mkiondoa hiyo CDF, hata kama ni ile pesa kidogo, hao wazazi watakwenda wapi? Watafanya nini? Si unaona itakuwa ni shida hiyo? Hata kama ni katite, lakini si mnapata. Si wasukuma hiyo hesabu. Kisha kuna mtu ambaye anasema tifanye nini? Sasa kumaanisha CDF ikiondolewa, hii masuala ya basari pia nao imefanya nini? Kumaanisha ya kwamba wewe saizi.
On the other hand, Emmanuel Kisau, the chairman of the Kenya Secondary School Head Association in Kilifi, emphasized the critical role bursary play in empowering bright students from disadvantaged background. Kisau also noted that talented learners from low-income families are at risk of dropping out due to financial constraints.
Wanafunzi wengi ambao wanatoka katika jamii maskini ambazo msaada kama huo kuendelea katika masomo yao. Kwa hivyo tukiwa na huo msaada kwa wanafunzi kama hawa, wataweza kusaidika zaidi na kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba pia wanaweza kurealize dream yao katika maisha, kwa sababu ni wengi na utakuta kwamba wale bright students wengi ni wale ambao wanatoka katika jamii maskini.
Local residents including Stephen Opio and Agnes Anna echo similar sentiment, crediting both NGCDF and county government bursaries for making a difference in their community. They urge the government to increase financial allocation to this program rather than considering their termination.
Simamiwa full scholarship. Ebu hawa wazazi 2,000 na upuzi mali walipo. Je, uambiwe leo hiyo kitu inakatizwa, wataenda wapi?
Kivyangu mimi kuhusu basari, ninaomba serikali kuu mzingatie mambo ya basari, kwa sababu sisi kuna wazazi wengine hatuna uwezo. Kama mkutano umekuwa hapa Malindi wa kugawanya basari, hata kama ni 4,000 zimesapoti pakubwa sana.
As the debate over the future of the NGCDF intensify, Kilifi leaders and residents have made it clear that eliminating this fund will deal a major blow to education access for the county's most vulnerable students. They are now calling for the government to protect and strengthen bursary program to ensure that no child is left behind. Rael Makona, KUTV.
Residents of Kiratina Hamlet in Ruiru are celebrating the installation of 3 new power transformers, which signifies the end of a protracted power outage that has severely hampered day-to-day life and business activities in the area. After months of darkness and uncertainty, the transformers were put in place after residents concerned about the declining security and local companies being unable to operate. Ruiru MP Simon Kingara, who spoke at the transformer commissioning, urged residents to assume responsibility for protecting the new transformers.
Hivi karibuni tumekuwa na shida ya stima. Kama miezi 5 inaisha. Lakini sasa tunashukuru. Stima, without stima kulikuwa kuna shida sana. Lakini sasa tunashukuru wa MP Honorable Kingara ndio ametuletea hizo transformers.
Tumekuwa na changamoto kubwa ya umeme eneo hili la eneo bunge la Ruiru, kwa sababu watu ni wengi na watu wanakuja kila siku, na hasa transformers zimekuwa changamoto. Wametupatia transformers 3 ndio ziko hapa, na sasa tuko na shukrani kwa sababu hapa kuna shule kama Kiratina Primary kuna shule zingine za kibinafsi, kuna makanisa, kuna Mutonya post, na sasa wataridhika wakitumia umeme kutoka kwa hizi transformer. Eneo hili limekuwa lenye giza kubwa sana. Tafadhali, transformer ikileto inakuwa ni mtoto wako, mchunge transformers. Mchunge transformers. Saa hii tumepata transformer 3 hapa na zinahudumia watu zaidi ya watu 100. Ikiibiwa, hawa watu wote watarudi kwa giza.
And from that Malindi story, we are taking a short breather. We'll be back with more stories.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Ochieng James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
they find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated,
inclusive setups,
by providing the right facilities.
Access to knowledge. Solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle. On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics inclusive of, but not limited to, dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
Watching Weekend Live with Ochieng Cynthia.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. Now, communities living in Malindi Town, Kilifi County, are calling for peace and unity amid rising concerns over divisive politics alleged by certain politicians and businessmen in the region, led by Stephen Opio, John Mitheka, and Mbarak. Ahmed, the residents drawn from various communities are urging government officials to steer clear of partisan influences. The trio accused a section of leaders of misleading public offices, of misusing public office to settle political scores. Opio stressed that Malindi has long stood as a beacon of peace even during times of national tension. He warned against any attempt to disrupt that harmony, citing potential threats to the local tourism sector.
Gavana wetu Mng'aro aliangazia hili jambo kwa kina, na maofisa wetu wa usalama wasitiwe maneno ya kugombanisha ukabila ndani ya Malindi. Wao kazi yao ni kulinda watu wa Malindi, wakaaji wa Malindi, mali zao na biashara zao, sio kuangalia ukabila. So tunaomba Gavana Mng'aro, ujumbe kufikia, ulichukulia hatua. Sisi vijana tunataka kazi.
We wish to advise those politicians who are spreading those malicious and evil rumors that they should work for us on development and as per their promises which they promised us, and that if they want to be elected as governors, fine, they will meet us on the ground and we will engage them accordingly.
And to some health beat, Kenyans have been urged to register for Social Health Authority (SHA) at their nearest Huduma Center in order to access government health care services. State Department for Public Service and Human Capital Development Principal Secretary Dr. Jenny Imbunya made the appeal during her visit to City Square at Kibra Huduma Centers. During the visit, Dr. Imbunya assured the public that the SHA system is active and the government is working to streamline the remaining challenges. The new health care model aims to enhance access to quality, affordable health care for all Kenyans through structured registration and distributions.
But moving forward, we should know that it is a system, and a system, needs to be maintained and managed. A system is made better when we get to know the challenges, because then the challenges gives us avenues to improve. So I can assure the Kenyans that at the moment SHA is working, and it is working well. But moving forward, we shall keep improving on the system, because any system has to be maintained, and of course improvements done from time to time.
The 4 filmmakers who were arrested last night on Friday for allegedly sharing false information have been released from Pangani Police Station. The 4, Nicholas Wambugu, Brian Andagala, and Mark Denver, Christopher Wamai, had been arrested at their studio in Karen, Nairobi. Their equipment either was confiscated by police. The arrest and subsequent release of the filmmakers come in the wake of the BBC's Bloody Parliament documentary that exposed the police officers who shot protesters during the June 25th, 2024 protest. A statement from the BBC press office, however, stated that the 4 filmmakers were not involved in the making of the exposé. And the 103 billion Lake Gas Limited storage plant in Kilifi County is expected to receive its first vessel carrying LPG gas consignment in 2 weeks' time. Cabinet Secretary for Energy and Petroleum, Opiyo Wandayi, made this known during a site visit to the recently constructed LPG gas storage plant at Vipigo, stating that the facility is a significant step taken by the Kenya Kwanza government to guarantee a lower LP gas price and help reduce cost of living. According to the CS, the Kenya Kwanza government is determined to create an atmosphere that will encourage private sector investment in the nation.
We have said, and we want to reiterate, that as government we are committed to providing an enabling environment for the private sector to invest their money and for them to create employment opportunities for our young people. And therefore, I must commend the leadership of Lake Gas for this wonderful initiative and for taking their time to invest in this facility, which so far I'm told has cost about $80 million. It's not small money, okay? And as you can see, they're already in the second phase of establishing some more 15,000 metric tons of storage facility, in addition to the existing 10,000 metric tons. So in the end, this facility will have 25,000 metric tons capacity for storage of LPG gas, which will go a long way in ensuring security of supply of LPG gas to the people of this country. And of course, that will translate into reducing the ultimate cost of this product to wananchi themselves.
Let's get sporty. Now, the National Rugby Sevens team are set and will battle for glory in the Los Angeles playoffs, slated to kick off on the 3rd to 4th of April 2025 in the United States of America. Shujaa, who finished 9th on the table standings, will face off against 2025 HSBC Challenger Series winning Portugal, Samoa and the USA in Pool A, while their female counterparts under the tutelage of Dennis Mwanja will rub shoulders against Brazil and Spain, Colombia in Pool A. Both teams will be looking Spot A in the HSBC 7th second division after World Rugby unveiled evolved sevens format for the new season. And the national under 20 men's football team, the Rising Stars, will take on Tunisia in the second match of Africa Cup of Nations on the 4th of May 2025 in Egypt. The Salim Babu-led charge will be hoping to bounce back from the defeat after a rude welcome to the continental showpiece, losing 3-2 to Morocco in their opening Pool B match at Cairo International Stadium in Egypt. Kenya under-20 team will wind up their group stages matches with yet another tough fixture against the heavyweights on Nigeria Wednesday, the 7th of May 2025. That is all we had for you tonight on this 3rd of May 2025. Do have a good night. On the sign language interpretation desk was Brian Peru. My name is Ochieng, Cynthia. Till next time.